understand his ways. Faith is necessary to please God and to draw near to him. So faith is something we got to have to even just draw close to God. Even though we may not be able to see him, he's right here by our side. Because it says in 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 57, that he would never leave us nor forsake us. That's a true statement. God will never leave us. You may not think he's there, but he's there. I don't know, any kind of storm or mountain that you're in, and we all go through mountains. God is there. He's the God on top of the mountain. He's God in the valley. He's the same God yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He's never going to leave us nor forsake us. And talking about faith, in Matthew 17 and 20, I'll be all over the Bible, so just bear with me. Matthew 17 and 20. And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief, for I verily say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. So, I don't know if y'all have ever, a little teeny grain, it ain't no bigger than the end of an ink pen. That's a mustard seed. If we have the faith of that size, we can tell our mountains to move, and they will move if we have our faith right. Because if we have our faith right, the Lord's going to bless us. He may not bless us when we want it, but he's going to bless us at the time that it's needed. Because we could be praying for something to happen, and I'm guilty. I'm impatient. I'm impatient, but we got to be patient with God. This is God's time and not ours. If we be praying for something, we've got to give it everything to him and say, you handle it. Because any kind of storm we're in, if we try to correct it, we'll all make a bigger mess of it than if we just give it to God. Let God handle it. God is the miracle maker. He's the way maker. Because it says in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6, without faith it is impossible to please God. So we've got to have that. And I was going to talk about some people in the Bible that talked about faith and about trusting God. In Mark chapter 5, well, it's in Matthew 2, but I just chose Mark. Mark chapter 5, verse 28 through 34. It's concerning the issue of blood, a woman that had the issue of blood for 12 years. Mark chapter 5, verse 28. For she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt it in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, who touched my clothes? And the disciples said unto him, thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, who touched me? And he looked around about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said